I just spent about 4 or 5 hours this week bolting on and taking off mods onto this bike to the new owner's preference. So I thought, you know what? While the bike's here, let me show you guys some of the mods on this BMW F750GS, aka pretty much F850GS. And we'll talk about what I like, what I don't like, because some of these were really tastefully done and a lot of money. Some of them were really cheap, but sometimes you get what you pay for, sometimes you don't. So let's take a look. So starting from the top, first mod is this V-Stream Z Technic Quantum, really big touring screen. Feel-wise, I do love it. Aesthetics-wise, I don't. It was, you know, in the pricier list of mods. We're gonna call that like a B+, because I'm more of a smaller windscreen guy. Next mod, and also up front, is these wind guard protector things. They are from Temu. These are on the cheaper side. These are plastic, right? So this is not what we want to be going through the brush for. For the F750GS owners that are never gonna be going off-road, that's great. This is fine. This will keep the wind off you. If you get stuck in the rain, this will keep the rain from getting through your gloves as fast. But if you are doing off-road, not enough. So depending on how you look at it, it's a D to maybe a C+, B-. Time out for full disclosure. Some of the items in this video were sent to me for free by Temu. They are the video sponsor. However, my channel is all about being brutally honest. So for every item from them that I give a grade of A or B, there are also items from them that I give a grade of D or F. That's how it goes. I've ordered a bunch of little practical knick-knack doodad stuff for various different motorcycles of mine from them in the past. I like that they do free shipping. I like that they do free returns for up to 90 days. That is huge, gives you lots of time to make sure that what you bought really works for you and for your bike. And I also like that if something goes on sale after you buy it, they just credit you the difference. That's awesome. There's gonna be a code. I don't know what it is. I don't get any commissions whatsoever. There's probably gonna be a crazy deal on one of the items that you're gonna see in this video. All right, enough of that, let's carry on. Pointing down a little bit, we have these Pig engine guards, and I like them. I like them a lot because right now they are like $70 US. I will link to them. That is crazy deal. Some of you guys want all of your engine protection going all the way around. Some of you are fine with just this. So for that reason, I'll give them a B, because I know some of you guys will want more than just this, but the value is so strong. How can I give this less than a B? I can't. On the topic of protection is this here, which is interesting. It's designed to bolt right in and protect your shift linkage, which is probably a good thing on this bike. There's a lot of electronics here. It is a quick shifter. It does have like sensors going to it and stuff. Yes, it's hideous. Yes, you should try and get it in black. Yes, if you don't get it in black, you can just spray paint it black. For the few dollars you're gonna spend, it's actually surprisingly, I started trying to bend it and it's, oh, it did bend a little bit there. Okay. You know what? It's a good idea. And this will protect it in a case of like a slower drop. I'll give it a B-. Also from Temu. Back up top here, I used to use this TFT visor, but watch this. Now the sun is pretty low right now, but I gotta tell you that even in bright sunlight, this TFT display is super, super easy to see. So I got rid of that because I also learned when I was reading some forums that to replace the TFT cost someone on the internet $700 or $800 US. So I was like, wow, we need to protect this TFT at all costs. This is like one of the most expensive components of the whole bike. So this is a metal casing that goes all the way around it, front and back, clamps together around it with a big thick piece of like a plastic plexi there. So hopefully if anything does happen to the bike, there's no give, it is well protected, that's on solid. That's probably gonna be our first A+. I am thinking that this is very much worth the investment. Looking down here now is a phone mount system that actually just plugs into the OEM hookup for your BMW GPS unit or aftermarket GPS unit that works with BMW. Those are typically very expensive. Cell phones are something everyone has. It actually wires right into BMW's system. That means that this thing is powered and you can run a USB from out of the little connector here into your phone, and it'll charge your phone while you ride. And of course, with this BMW, you can like sync your phone to the TFT, and I don't know why you would, but people like to do that kind of techno stuff. So there you go. I am clearly too old. So this is obviously the stock seat, but this bike did have a Touratech seat. Touratech makes a bunch of different seats for this motorcycle. This is the comfort seat. They also make like a rally one. They make a short person one. This is definitely good value if you can find it used. Any kind of GS touring bike, I have two 650GSs. I always put a seat concept seat. First time sitting on a Touratech, it did feel very lovely. There's a lot of good companies. Try and get yourself a good deal because they are not cheap. Other than that, if you can find one used, A. If you gotta pay brand new price, B+. These were also from Temu, and they are the wrong side. So here's another protection option also from Temu, and it is just a little cover, and they just protect the lower part of your engine casings. So the idea is that in the event of a tip over, if there is something that would otherwise scuff your motor casing and scratch it all up, make it look ugly, you have just this sacrificial piece that is really inexpensive to replace. So then this would be all scratched up, your motor casing would look fine. You could just throw this away, replace it with a new one, and you're good to go. So extra protection doesn't hurt, especially when it's not expensive. And yes, it bolts in. Then we have these bags, which are supposed to fit in this cutout here, but I think they're supposed to go in there, maybe block being able to see your brake fluid, or it's supposed to go in here, but then the shape is kind of wrong. And then I was like, what if they actually fit best right here? But then the GS Adventure is written upside down, and also the the zipper is upside down. I could not make this make sense. So to me, these bags, unfortunately, are a total fail. Second last, you guys are probably already familiar with, it's the resonator eliminator pipe. So this is your resonator box. Your cat is up there, right? Header pipe, cat, into this resonator box. There's a bunch of tunnels in there, which just make it quieter, and then comes out into pipe that goes into your exhaust. This eliminates that box and eliminates a lot of the noise reduction, so it makes more noise. And you also save about like almost 10 pounds of weight. I have a whole video dedicated to this resonator box delete using this pipe. I do like it. You don't gain any power, you also don't lose any power, so that was good enough for me. But new owner wants it nice and quiet, so resonator box is back in. Resonator pipe for me is a solid A, but for a lot of people is a solid F. This one is very subjective, so maybe check out my video on it and let me know what you think. And last but not least was the 58-liter GB case, which honestly is way too big for my taste, especially without side bags. I would always rather have the weight down low, even if it means being a little bit wider, than have the weight all up top like that. But it does fit two full face helmets, or at least two 3/4 helmets. So I gotta say, B+. So that's it, guys. Sorry this one was so rushed. Let me know what your favorite mods are for your F750GS or F850GS. Leave a comment, scroll through the comments and see what other people are doing, because maybe there's some good ideas in there. I think what I've learned from all this is sometimes you spend really good money and you get really good stuff. Sometimes you spend really good money and you get really big windshields. And sometimes you spend very little money and you get something that actually makes you pretty happy and actually does improve your motorcycle quite a bit. So yeah, I'm super happy with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Ride safe, but have fun. Peace.